I'm Ricky Burke, Senior Pastor here at First United Methodist Church of Boerne, and we wanted to provide an informational video for you for this Sunday. Church will not be as usual. Due to COVID-19, we've had to make an abundance of changes. So again, this is just to give you a heads up about how to prepare and what to expect when you arrive. We'll have specific doors by which you enter. These two doors here in the narthex, and then also a door that enters from the center parking lot by Jean Ann Wallace's door. Now, right before I walked in, there was a volunteer who opened the door for me. That way, and that volunteer will have a glove on to protect against the spread of germs. And then that volunteer will also have hand sanitizer for you. So I hope you will all wear a mask. That's for others. And then just get all the hand sanitizer you need. Now, come with me as we go into the sanctuary. You notice that the doors to the sanctuary are open. That's for a couple of reasons. We will not have any ushers here today. We don't want to put them at risk. And this is with the doors open, the handles don't have to be cleaned again, and it does not put you at risk. Also, this Sunday, you will notice that there will be no bulletins available. And that is one less item by which to spread the germ or the possible virus. Everything you need to know, however, will be on the screen. So just keep your eye on that.
You'll notice as you come into the sanctuary that we have done a little interior decorating with painter's tape. And you may walk up to a pew and see that there's a piece of tape right here at the end. That's to let you know that this pew is not available for seating at this point. But it's not a problem. Just walk one pew up and you'll see that it's open and that you can walk in. But you'll also notice you can only walk so far before you encounter another piece of blue tape. This piece of tape is to let you know that this is as far as you can go in the pew. We've marked off a 6-foot section in the middle of the pews to ensure that we can keep the proper distancing of people that are sharing the same pew. And that's the same reason why we've blocked off every other pew, to keep the physical distance we need front to back. Now, it will be very tempting when you encounter this tape to want to pick it up and move it, either for your own personal seating preferences or to try to make room for one more person in this seat. But please don't. These are here to help ensure that you are safe, that your loved ones are safe, and that your neighbors are safe. If there's not enough space in this pew, don't worry about it. You can just move and walk around the sanctuary and find another pew, because there are sections of varying lengths that can accommodate families of all sizes. If you don't happen to find one that fits your family, you can sit a couple of people in this pew. The rest of your family can come sit in this pew just a row ahead. But either way, there's room for all of us here to be in this space. Now, one of the other things that's going to be different is how we register attendance. Because we can't pass papers, we have found a contactless way for you to be able to register your attendance with us. At some point during the service, we will invite you to text a number. We'll have the number up on the screen. And you text in your name and send it to that phone number, and that will come to one of our staff members who can then record your attendance. It's vital for us to be able to stay connected with you and know who's in worship with us.
So one of the questions we're getting a lot is, are we going to sing? And the answer to that is a little complicated. You may have been reading online about other churches eliminating singing or limiting singing or singing their hearts out. Well, we're splitting the middle ground. We're going to limit the singing that we do in worship. We want you to be able to worship with your whole heart and your whole mind and your whole voice. But there are some problems with singing. When you do it, you exhale farther than you would when you're just speaking. And when you inhale, you're breathing more deeply. And so to limit the risk to you and to the people around you, we are limiting the singing that we're going to do in worship. There will be some, And it will primarily be led by Rachel and our worship band, but we will do a blend of styles, traditional and contemporary. We just won't do as much as many of us wish that we could, myself included. So I know that you want to sing, and I so greatly appreciate that. But some of us may be singing in our hearts, some of us may be reading text and reflecting on those words, and we ask that you keep your mask on if you do choose to sing with the congregation. I know that is different. I know we're asking a lot from you, but again, all of these changes are for your safety and the safety of the greater Boerne area, so that when we go from this place, we keep everyone protected.
So there will be some other things different about worship, and one of them will be communion. When you came into worship, one of our volunteers will have handed you a baggie. This is your communion ware for today. Inside the baggie is a sealed cup. It has 2 layers to it. When it's time for communion, you'll peel off the top layer so that you can access a very tasty wafer. Then peel off the second layer of foil to access the juice. We'll take communion together at the pastor's instruction. Oh, you may want to take your mask down just for that part. Amen. When we're done with communion, just put your trash back in the baggie and deposit it in a trash can on your way out. Now, another thing that's going to be different during worship today will be our offering. We will not be passing any offering plates. But you can continue to give using our giving app, by texting, or going online to our church website, and all that information will be on the screen. But if you want to give something, we will have offering baskets near every exit door. Hey, Ricky, I sure hope this is going to be big enough.
Wait, before we start, did we mention the offering baskets? It's very important. I don't want to overlook that. We got it. Okay, good. All right, I can sleep well. Now, as we come to the end of the service, before I give the benediction, I will let you know that, like always, we're going to have Stephen ministers available over to my left by the piano. If you would like to pray with the Stephen minister, you know, they're so wonderful about listening, and loving. If you would, remain seated until the bulk of the congregation moves, and then you can come down and social distance, and they'll be wearing gloves, and they'll be glad to pray with you. Now, following the benediction, I'll dismiss the congregation, and I will ask that you begin at the back. Those of you who are seated at the back can begin to leave. I know you're going to want a fellowship, but please confine that to outside. That will help with the social distancing and also help maintain safety and health. Thank you so much for your cooperation with all this, and we all look forward to seeing you this Sunday.